We begin tonight in Washington, where an investigation and recovery effort continues a day after a deadly mid-air collision.
Officials now saying all 64 passengers and crew on board an American Airlines regional jet are presumed dead, in addition to 3 soldiers on board an Army Black Hawk helicopter. Tonight, crews are still searching the cold waters of the Potomac River for victims. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. For 12 News at 10, I'm Caribe Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. 2 black box data recorders have been pulled from the wreckage in the Potomac. Both were located inside that regional jet. Now officials are trying to figure out what happened just before the collision. As emergency workers search the grim carnage from Wednesday night's mid-air collision, investigations quickly opened into what could have caused the deadly crash that killed 67 people.
This was a dark and excruciating night in our nation's capital.
The Pentagon, the NTSB, the Army, and others now gathering evidence, interviewing witnesses, and seeking answers.
No excuses. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
President Trump, without evidence, cast blame on air traffic controllers, the Black Hawk pilot, and took aim at the diversity policies of previous administrations.
What evidence have you seen to support these claims?
It just could have been. We have a high standard. We've had a much higher standard than anybody else.
Another target, former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
He's a disaster.
Buttigieg shot back, calling the president's comments despicable. The current Transportation Secretary promising changes to keep disasters like this from happening again.
After the FAA studies what happened, we will take appropriate action if necessary to modify flight paths and permissions.
If we have the safest flying anywhere in the world, then we'll keep it that way.
The president reassuring Americans it is safe to fly. More than a dozen of the 60 passengers on board were part of the U.S. figure skating community. They were in Wichita, Kansas for the 2025 Figure Skating Championships. Former Olympic figure skater Nancy Kerrigan worked with some of those victims and was in tears today as she offered her condolences and support to the families, saying this tragedy will have long-lasting repercussions in the figure skating community.
The kids here really work hard. Their parents work hard to be here. But I feel for the athletes, the skaters, their families, but anyone that was on that plane, not just the skaters, because it's just such a tragic event. And then when you find out, you know some of the people on the plane, is even a bigger blow.
In total, 67 lives were lost, making it the deadliest air tragedy in the U.S. in almost 24 years. The NTSB says they hope to have a preliminary report within 30 days.